33 years into independence, and there is, of course, still a lot of challenges, and there's still a lot of anger, as much as the president said that we should be united and stay united. This is the Econo Chat. Let's talk business with Mr. Daniel Steinman. We will be looking at the milestones and, of course, various factors and elements in regards to 33 years into independence. A warm welcome to our listeners and, of course, to our special guest, Mr. Daniel Steinman. A warm welcome to you as well.
Thank you, Elsabé.
So what do you have to say about 33 years into independence?
There is such a lot to be said that I think you and I can schedule 5 or 6 episodes.
Or even years.
Yeah, we will not get to the end of it. I heard you mention anger. Now, this is something where we need a balanced point of view. But I'm going to come to that later in our talk. Where I want to start is with the more tangible stuff, the stuff that you can see, that you can measure, that is not dependent on opinion.
Yeah.
And there I want to single out statistics. Statistics, the discipline, the endeavor. The fact that at independence we had literally zero statistics. We were part of the South African economy, and I think the government in Pretoria couldn't always make up their mind. Are we managed from Cape Town or from Pretoria or Windhoek itself or whatever? But the economic reality is that there were no statistics. You had to go dig really deep, hidden in the vast volume of South African statistics to get something on whether it was Southwest Africa or Namibia. You just didn't get anything. So we started, I think, in about 92 or 93 with a very rudimentary, modest, I almost want to say, Namibia Statistics Agency. And I think it was at that stage, it was still part of the National Planning Commission.
Okay.
It wasn't an independent agency right from the beginning. Now, when you deal with statistics on a national level, the first thing that you realize is that it costs money. You have to pay people to actually gather the statistics.
Definitely.
Then you have to pay people to process the statistics or the data into statistics. You know? And these are professional people, so they're not. It's not just manual labor. It's fairly expensive professional people. If you want to have statistics that are usable, that you can do something with. And this is what I see over 33 years, from where we had nothing to the very slow tentative beginnings in 92, 93, 94, even in 1996. I mean, 6 years into independence. If I look at the budgeting process then and the budgeting process now, it is so obvious how shallow it was. You know, there was really not much that you could base your assumptions on because you simply did not have the statistics. Never mind raw data. There were some data points, but it was very limited. Now remember, we went to the IMF's MTEF, Medium Term Expenditure Framework, in 2003, so it's 20 years ago. And that was the first big step in making the statistics capability that we have developed by that year. 2003 was 13 years into independence. Making that capability usable for economic planning and mostly for budgeting. So if you ask me what have we achieved in 33 years and you ask me to name one instance or one function of governance, then I can, with an open face, single out our statistical ability.
Okay.
We have really come to a level where it is It is condoned by the IMF every year in the consultation 4 meetings. We get full marks for our statistics. Our statistics are really on the dot, and they are good, and they cover a very wide spectrum. Now, Elsie, make no mistake, we can gather 10 times more statistics, but remember, it's also going to cost 10 times more.
Yeah.
So the big thing, the big consideration that you have to express an opinion on is, after 33 years, do we command the statistics that are relevant for us to plan our financial future? And there the answer is a resounding yes. We have a good capability. We gather all the relevant data. The data is reliable. Elspeth, I can tell you some stories about 20 years ago. The data sets that I've seen, where you could really see they were compiled by somebody who didn't know what it was all about. So if you have flawed data, you produce flawed statistics. So the first thing is you have to have reliable data. So it has to be accurate.
Definitely.
From that reliable data, raw data, you produce usable statistics. And we've come a long, long way. We are there today where our ability to produce reliable statistics is one of the crucial tools in our toolbox to manage the economy and to plan the annual budget every year.
Okay, on that note, Mr. Daniel Steinman, let's quickly go for a short break, and once we return, we will then look at how this data does play a role and how the poverty eradication does go about.